Please put your hands together for Maddie, everybody.
Satisfaction for me is getting your dream job. Every time, since I was really small, I loved to care. That was just my thing. I would dig for worms and build them homes, and though I killed like droves of worms over the years, I felt like I was really doing something good. And throughout school, anytime anyone had a problem, or in middle school when like a couple one-week relationships ended, I was there. And I loved it. I loved doing it. And when I got to high school, I did a couple programs, couple conferences, and I learned that what I loved more than anything was just service. Serving other people really made me feel complete, and I knew that I could have a lot of different jobs, but this was my career. This is what I would make my life doing. And I started searching for colleges, but I had no idea what I wanted to do, and I'm a senior in high school right now. So I applied to schools that I really didn't want to go to, because that's what everyone was doing. And had just no direction, and I heard about this program through AmeriCorps, where I would be working in North Philly middle schools every day, trying to just bridge this gap, because our young people are just disconnected in general, and more so in poorer areas, and these schools are just, no one's paying them any attention, and they're struggling, and they're factories for failure, and it's unfair. And we're trying to build, a strong society, but we can't because we don't have a strong foundation. And this is what I cared about. This is what I wanted to do. So I spent a lot of time typing out my applications and sending everything in, and finally I get a call for an interview. I'm like, oh, this is it. So I leave school early. I have to go down to Philadelphia, drive to Paoli to catch the train, and stress level is about up here. And I'm driving around, and it was a weekday in Paoli, so driving around and there are no parking spots. And I'm like, this is it, I'm done. I'm not getting this job, it's not gonna happen. And I call one of my friends and I'm like, there's no parking spots, there's nothing I can do, I'm done. And he's like, all right, well, you're just gonna have to, not be a hero and just drive there. And in my hysteria, I forgot that I was in a car. And I'm just like, okay. And I hang up, and I'm like, yes, I'm gonna do it. I still have a chance. And I go to my interview, and I see that there's some like Dorito dust on my skirt, and I'm scared, I'm terrified. The woman asking me questions, I asked her to repeat this one question so many times. And I was terrified, and I get out of there, and I have no idea what happened because I'd never had an interview. And just every second that went by without any response, I felt like my chances were lowered and lowered and lowered, and I wasn't getting any acceptances to these colleges because I didn't want to go. I didn't fill out, I didn't finish anything. And finally, the day comes where I find out if I got accepted or not. And I'm checking my email all day in school, just refreshing, and nothing. And I go home, and it's almost 5 o'clock, about the time that they would close down, and still nothing. And finally, I get an email, and the subject is invite to serve. And I look at the subject, and I'm like, I got it. And I open the email, and it says, thank you for applying. You've been waitlisted. And all my friends that day had told me in school, there's no way you didn't get it. All this work that you put in through your high school years, all the service that you've done everywhere else, you got it. And I've been waitlisted. And attached, just to add insult to injury, they attached the form that a winner would fill out, the one who got it. Like, check here if you want to be part of this. And I was thinking about checking and sending it in anyways. Maybe they'd have no other option but to accept me. But I kind of think to myself, no, that's not going to happen. But I thought it was kind of confusing that they would put that subject and that attachment with such a weird body of text. So I don't know, at this point I'm just kind of lost. And I didn't cry and I didn't scream, but just such grief of having to rebuild. I had to find a new life for myself after high school. And how could I do that? So I just sent an email saying, could you just send me the attachment so I can accept my waitlisted position? And I go into town, into Westchester, to binge on pizza, and I do, and I'm talking with my friends, like, maybe there was a mistake, you know? The subject just seems so promising, and the attachment, and he's like, I know, but you're probably waitlisted, but it's okay, you'll get in, something will happen, you'll find something, right? And so go home and take a shower, and I haven't really stopped crying completely, and get out of the shower. I'm just scrolling through, you know, in my big sweatshirts and sweatpants that I told myself I would never leave again. And I refresh my email, and I have another reply from the woman that I had emailed, and it said, "Invite to serve. Please disregard last email." What a shitty thing! Who does that? But I'm so glad to say that I'll start serving in August, and yeah, it's the most satisfaction I've ever felt. I guess the moral of the story, it's two morals. First moral is, you know, don't really give up. There's always somewhere to go. The second moral is, please proofread your emails. Thank you. Thank you.